the thing that, you already probably see like some of these toys. I mean, I do have like, my Amazon link at the bottom of the description of this video. But the big announcement that people have, this is not, Hasbro hasn't announced this, but the listing was found for 2024 Commander Class 86, the big bot himself, for the Transformers 40th anniversary, will be Optimus Prime. Now, for a Commander Class figure like this, for it to be G1 Prime for the Studio Series 86 line, it has to be a new mold. It can't just be a retool. Because here, everyone's sitting there going, it's just going to be a stupid retool and you're going to have to pay top dollar for it. I'm like, okay, I've got Earthrise Prime here that I've customized. And I've painted the back of his legs a blue, which is kind of faded over time because the blue that I used was not like a solid blue. It was more a metallic blue. And, the hands themselves are painted. But I added some Toy Hacks labels to him. And then, of course, I've got the kit on the trailer. And the trailer is tiny. So that they're going to do this guy right. I can't wait because I still have him unopened, and I think I'm going to open him a little bit later on the stream. Is I do have Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus, and I've not opened him up out of the box yet. And I'm sure they'll probably. Here's the thing with Kingdom Rodimus, I think they'll probably. I don't think that they're going to. I honestly don't think that particular figure has anything wrong with it except for the paint job. I think what they'll do for Studios, if they do Studio Series 86, he'll probably be a little bit more on the magenta side. And then maybe have like a silver face or like a gray face instead of a silver face. Because I'll never forget, my custom Rodimus Prime when I showed pictures of it to Evan and Mark, they're like, man, that gray does so much more than the silver we chose. Like, they were just impressed by the gray. So it just goes to show you that, like, they see the custom work we do on our toys, and it gets them excited. So I'm seeing all your comments coming in. Don't think that I'm ignoring you guys, like Omega Maximus and, Kung Fu Hustle and Larkin and everybody. But, I'm just talking about this 86 Optimus Prime, and we know that this guy is going to be a new mold. They're probably going to take some inspiration from they're probably going to absolutely take inspiration from the movie itself. I'm hoping that the transformation is closer to the movie, with the way the legs fold and all that. But it's a matter of where do the wheels go on the robot mode? Where does the gas cans on his legs go? Those are all questions that you want to know. And the trailer itself has got to be a full-size trailer because, to my understanding, the Ultra Magnus figure is great. So, so I'm excited for this guy. And the thing is that you hear me out. This is for the 40th anniversary of the Transformers. 40th anniversary, guys. Do you honestly think that they were not going to do something for the 40th anniversary? So let me get this straight. And I wanted to bring this up because on Twitter, there's a lot of L takes. Look at this one post here. Quit it with the entitlement schlock. We are all entitled. G1 takes up all Transformers. We let it infect Studio Series. And I'm sitting there looking at this and I'm going, you know something? It's really like it kind of comes across like Bay fans feel like that Studio Series was only meant for the movies. But back in 2018, they stated that that Studio Series was meant for anything that came from like a studio, like a movie, so the 86 movie wasn't off the table. And and what have you. But man, like that was just like and he's not the only one. So I don't want anybody ganging up on this guy, who said that. It's more so just like the absolute L takes that just people have is like, guys, you really think for the 40th anniversary they're not going to do something for G1 Optimus Prime, the guy, for the 40th anniversary, so that you can get your commander class? The people want a commander class, Dark of the Moon, DevCon. Not the guy who, not DevCon, the character that was created for the episode The Gambler that got a random figure in Legacy. No, they want that weird Mega Man 3 Wily Machine Walker looking thing, for that they called DevCon in Dark of the Moon, for a commander class. And they want a Revenge of the Fallen Stratosphere. Like that's been a character that never showed up on screen. It was just the plane that launched Optimus, and they made a character because like what they pretty much did in the Revenge of the Fallen line was, or a lot of the movie line was, any vehicle that showed up became a Transformers toy. So, hey, there's there's a Nest vehicle. Let's make a Transformer out of it. There's a Humvee in the movie. Let's make a vehicle out of it. And like make a Transformer out of it. That's what they did for the movie toy line. And, people are like, oh, I want that as a commander class figure. Why? And I get it. Some people, they have their wants and their desires, but we're talking about the 40th anniversary of the franchise. And for 40 years, you would expect them to do something special for Optimus because he's the guy. But if they're going to do Optimus, they have to do Megatron. Right? They have to do Megatron. So what can they do for Megatron? Now, you guys know I showed it to you guys in a in a couple of images, on my social media accounts, and I showed my through a short, my customized Earthrise Megatron, because you guys know I didn't care for that Earthrise Megatron figure, but I did the best that I could with it to make it better, to make it like a good G1 style Megatron. But I can imagine them doing something so much better for Studio Series 86. And I know that he can't be a gun in 2023 because of toy laws, but they got to do something for Megatron. They've got to do something for him. But how screen accurate can they get that Megatron and then try to do an accessory that is a gun? For Starscream to hold, like an actual good G1 gun Megatron accessory that he comes with, and the gun that he uses to shoot Prime with, and the laser sword. Like those would be three accessories that G1 Megatron would absolutely need for Studio Series 86. But now for Optimus, they've got to go new mold, number one. It's got to be closer to the movie. It's got to be closer to the G1. He's got to be able to do the pose. The whole, what is it? He kind of had that weird, pose like this where, he's in air and he's shooting at the Decepticons. He's got to be able to do that pose, and he's got to do it right. He has to have, the biggest problem I had with Earthrise Optimus is that he can't even open the Matrix. Look at his hands. He can't get to the Matrix to even open it and get it out of his chest. And it's not even accurate, so it doesn't open. It doesn't have the flip out part. It only flips out by the doors. And so the arms are a little off. The proportions are, not perfect. And then he has this part right here that's a little bit of a kibble problem. Now, this isn't to say that this is a bad figure. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's happy with this guy, but I've heard a lot of people sold off their Earthrise Primes. I've heard a lot of people sold off their they got it through Kingdom or Netflix or in Earthrise, and they sold this guy off. Even though they, customize things and what have you. And and absolutely, Devastation Megatron, if they did that, that would work because it follows it gives us a G1 Megatron, but how do you get that transformation just right? How do you make that tank work and yet still look like G1 Megatron when he's in robot mode, and have the transformation and have the colors and make fans happy with the colors? Because that's been the biggest problem. They never seem to get the shins right. The shins are supposed to be gray, the dark gray. It's supposed to be black on the sides. It's supposed to have, like, certain parts of him are supposed to be a certain way, and they never seem to be able to get it right whenever they do a G1 Megatron. So, and that's all because of that. I heard a lot of people complaining about the trailer. It's small. The problem with the trailer is that it's small. And when you compare this trailer to, Rodimus's trailer, you compare, and not only that, but the sticker here is a Toy Hack sticker, which, if you use my code Primal Xmas, it's supposed to be Christmas 23, Primal Xmas 23, yeah, is my code for Toy Hacks for 15% off. But yeah, the trailer is small. It didn't come with roller. I actually end up having a third-party roller. The actual kit here that I have on the back here is from Non-F Productions. So I customized mine. But I'd still be willing to get a Studio Series 86 Optimus for the fact that it's G1 Prime and it is to be done right. Give him the hands that he can do the whole point thing. So thank you once again, David Samuel Blaine, for being a member again for 20 whole months. I do have channel memberships, and if anybody hasn't smashed the like button or has if they could spoil, and they could spoil us with accessories, that absolutely they can spoil us with accessories. Give us roller, give us a proper combat deck, give us maybe have roller and the combat platform transform into the thing that was in Fire in the Sky, so yeah, pretty much I'm just talking about the Studio Series 86 Optimus, and I'm speculating here. So, this is again for the 40th anniversary, they have to do something special for this guy. This is the Transformers character that, everybody, it's almost like this. Think about it like this. This is the 40th anniversary, and imagine Masters of the Universe without a He-Man toy on the shelf. No He-Man at all. Just, a whole bunch of other things. Thank you for the super sticker. Imagine no He-Man. Imagine a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toy line, and they don't have Leonardo. There just is no Leonardo. It just doesn't work. I mean, Michelangelo, obviously, everybody's a big Michelangelo fan, but that's the thing. That, hear me out, give him a surfboard. I mean, the accessories they can go nuts with, but reality is that you want the trailer to have the proper accessories. You want Optimus to, maybe do something with if they're going to really do something awesome, maybe they could have him have battle damage like he had in the movie. Have him have be able to take, the way that the Matrix chamber opens up. Make the Matrix openable. Do something really special. This is the 40th anniversary Transformer, and it's Commander class. So they have to go all out for him. And he deserves it. It's Optimus Prime, And there are people who are straight Optimus Prime collectors. They're like, hey, I started in the Bayverse, or I started in Transformers Prime, or I started in animated. And they go, man, the G1 Optimus? And yes, the only reason I would take battle damage is if the battle damage is an interchangeable part. You can take out the piece, on the side here, and then make that a battle damaged part that you can change. So that's a masterpiece thing. But, and the same thing with the helmet. Maybe have the helmet be interchangeable so it's battle damaged or something like that. That would be cool. I wouldn't think like color changing. I don't think color changing would work. So, but yeah, this has got to be the version of Optimus. And that's the only real way that you can do this right, you know? Because they just haven't done, like, we have like, Earthrise Prime is fine as a toy, but I mean, it's like, you know, they could do better. And I've heard a lot of people say, like, I don't collect Hasbro toys, I collect third party, or I collect Masterpiece. And that's fine, but for a lot of us, we've kind of gotten used to this scaling for these figures, and we want a figure in this scale. So I get it that some people want certain characters and certain toys. They've got to get the smokestacks right. Yeah, that's right. They've got to get the smokestacks right. Studio Series 6 has to be the end-all, be-all mainline Optimus. This should be the last G1 Optimus we have for a while, like the definitive Optimus for the next decade. Yeah, absolutely. They could do Nemesis out of him. They could do, you know, if they wanted to, they can do another run on Shattered Glass Optimus if they wanted to. They can repaint the heck out of him if they really wanted to, as long as they get this G1 Prime right. And that's something that a lot of G1 fans want. They want that mini masterpiece that they have not gotten. They've got to get. And notice also, I don't have, like, this Ion Blaster that he's holding is a third party. I mean, is a 3D printed one that I have for him. And so it's not the one that he comes with. The one that he comes with is different. It's tiny. It's like the actual Earthrise blast, you know, Ion Blaster is small and it folds. Like, that was the whole, you know, way that it does it. And so the trailer's got to come with roller. It's got to come with the combat deck. It's got to be done right. So those are things that have to be done for him. Like, they have to get this guy right. So if roller doesn't come this time, we ride. You know, they should. Yeah, you know what they could do. I wouldn't be surprised though if someone was to actually make an add-on kit for Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus and make it so that you have a transforming cab. But that would, I don't know how fans would do that, but that would be kind of cool if they did do that. So yeah, the battle axe is always an upgrade, but like for Prime, maybe have the piece of shrapnel sticking out of his out of his side. So yeah, that's the thing. It's like, we want this to be like the best mainline Optimus Prime figure, and he's got to come with the basketball. You know what I would really like to see? I'd like to see Spike, Sparkplug, Chip, Carly, Dr. Arkaville, an adult Spike and Carly, Daniel, like human figurines that scale with these Transformers figures. Like, they can take what Dino Riders size humans, something about that big, maybe, for human size Transformers. I mean, Transformers characters that are humans. Like, that would be cool. And then if for Legacy, they can do the same thing, continue on with those humans and do, Sari and Isaac Sumdac, and do the kids from Armada or the kids from Prime just for the Legacy line, just to make the fans happy of like all of that. Like, yeah, that would be so great to have like those human characters available for, to ride with, these Transformers figures that we collect. So like, we want the human characters, do Spike and Buster. So that you have the human, but the Marvel Comics represented. Have Charlie, who actually helped Goldbug in the comics and helped him get healed from scraplets. Get Raoul and the Bop crew. That would be with the whole, little breakdancing piece of cardboard. Get a small blaster. Or actually, that was something that I want to see. I want to see a core class blaster. So anyway, so let's just talk some other Transformers stuff. It's just kind of interesting that like so many fans like can get angry about about these figures. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm excited. Like, and yes, I wouldn't mind. Like, I don't get angry because they're making a figure for a character that I don't care about and I may not buy. I don't get like completely bent out of shape about that. You know, I'm well past that point. I think G1 fans, most G1 fans are not in that boat where, like, if I see a live action film character on the shelf, like, or if it's supposed to be for studio series and they do a live action character, I don't get bent out of shape about it. I just go, hey, you know what? I good for them. Like, you know, that's what people want. Like, I may not want it. Yeah, a Power Glide with Astoria or Astoria Carlton Ritz, is her name. Yeah, she's named after hotels in Astoria, Queens. So, but it's just the thing, like, that I just don't like to see so many people like getting angry over a figure getting released. You know, I mean, think about this. What's going to happen when Hasbro announces a Studio Series 86 Volkswagen licensed Bumblebee? Now, this is Netflix Bumblebee with an Autobot sticker on his chest, right? So, and he's got a third part, you know, a non-F produced. Oh, actually, no, this was the blaster that came with that kit that, you know, for the Centurion kit. Now, this Bumblebee is fine, but not everybody was able to get him. Same thing with Soundwave. When they announced Studio Series 86 Soundwave, and they announced the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee, are these same fans going to complain and then start throwing hissy fits and say, here we go, another G1 infected our precious Studio Series? Like, really? We didn't get our DevCon yet. Man, it's just sad way to live, man. Like, G1 fans have been waiting for years to finally get like the best version of a character. You know, the Commander class combiner, you know, the Commander class, the Combiner Wars Devastator leaves a lot to be desired, you know? So yeah, that's right. They did riot over the animated bee, right? They really rioted over that. Here they go. They're getting an animated. It's funny too. At TFCon, there was I met Kay and Carlisle, and you know Kay and Carlisle is a hardcore animated guy. Like, that is his Transformers series. He's someone at TFCon in Orlando had the pre-release Transformers Legacy United animated Bumblebee in his pocket. And I was there in the lobby and he was showing it off and everything. And Kay and Carlisle was like drooling at this thing. And I'm like, what do you think of that figure, Kay? And he's like, dude, it's awesome. So what it says to me is that the typical most animated fans are excited that their favorite versions of characters are getting put on the shelf. Great. Awesome. The people who are on Twitter and being toxic about it, ignore them. Don't even bother with them. Just ignore them. Just let's try to enjoy Transformers together as a fandom. So what do you think about this Commander Class 86 Optimus Prime for the 40th anniversary? Of course, leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe. Check out my other videos as well. I have many more Transformers news, retrospectives, and more coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned for all of that. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.